Hi everyone, it's the Moon Mage. So today we're going to be doing a reading that's based off of becoming your best self. I was inspired to do a reading like this just because it's just something that I've been working on for myself, and I know that it can be a little bit challenging to see yourself clearly. So maybe if you come across this video, it's for a reason, and I can help reveal something about yourself that you maybe don't realize, that you have this gift or this quality about yourself, and hopefully it can help empower you, or just provide some kind of confirmation as well. So if this reading does end up resonating, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below. It would be so greatly appreciated. And let's get into the piles. So the first pile, we have the Liber Florum Tarot. The second one is the Sun and Moon Tarot. And this last one is the Afro Avatar Tarot. So let's get into it. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the Liber Florum Tarot, this reading is for you. So today we're going to try to tap in to your best self, or how you can become your best self in the easiest way possible, the path of least resistance. So we are going to follow a tarot spread today. It is by Emerald Lotus Divination, and we'll pull some tarot first, just get a general idea, then we'll pull some oracle cards, okay? So the first card for pile 1 is going to represent the best version of yourself. So this first card is going to represent the best version of you. Pile 1. We have 8 of Wands. With the Miss Molly flower. I don't know if any of you care to know the flower. The second card is going to represent how pile 1 can shift to embody this energy. So how can you shift to embody this energy, pile 1? We have the King of Swords with the gladiolus. How can pile 1 take better care of themselves? How can pile 1 take better care of themselves? We have the Fool. I'm sorry if you hear the wind outside. It seems to have gotten pretty breezy today. Card 4 is going to represent something that you need to let go of that no longer serves you. Oh, in person it looks straight, but on camera it is slightly off. Okay, and the 5th card is going to represent how you can be more authentically yourself. So how can you, pile 1, be more authentically yourself? Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. Oh, I didn't say the Emperor is with the geranium, the Fool is with aspen, and the 10 of Swords is with the lily. Okay. And well, I think this is the energy that you're trying to get to, like this is your higher self, but this was at the bottom of the deck, the 5 of Pentacles, and that's what I believe you need to let go of. So pile 1, I think in order for you to be on the road to becoming your best self, and I already think that you are, I think that we all are, it's just a matter of maybe how fast or slow that we're going, as long as we're putting in the effort to become our best selves and to work on, you know, becoming a better version each day, that it counts for something, you know? And so I think that you can, let's start off over here. The best version of yourself is represented by the 8 of Wands. That is somebody who is a go-getter, somebody who is not dwelling in the past, you know, so much, somebody who is future oriented but also is willing to live in the present as well and just be here in the moment. It is a person who is ambitious as well, and who is motivated to change their life around, and somebody who kind of will do whatever it takes to get to where they want to be. Now, you can shift into this energy if you're not already that kind of person, and maybe you feel stuck or, you know, stagnant, or you just don't know how to move forward. I would recommend that you try to get into this King of Swords energy, which came up for how you can shift in order to embody this kind of 8 of Wands energy. And it's somebody who is clear-minded, you know, somebody who is a leader, but is a leader in a more logical sense, not in a sense that is, how do you say, like emotional, you know? So somebody who doesn't really dwell on the past, or, you know, doesn't really take to heart anything that somebody might say to them that may sound discouraging, you know? It's just somebody who has a clear vision and is focused on that vision and will kind of do whatever it takes to make it happen, and not do whatever it takes in a negative way, you know, not in a deceiving way, but in a way that you know that you are a leader, and you're not going to get emotional about things that maybe don't turn out the way that you want to on the road to, like, on the journey to your ultimate goal. You know, like, there's going to be ups and downs, and you realize this, and you're kind of in this more strategic mind where you understand that you're going to keep on putting consistent energy out there towards your ultimate goal, you know, to create this kind of momentum, but you're not going to get emotional if it's not always received well, right? You're going to just continue to do what you need to do in order to just to keep the momentum going, and then you are going to just kind of move forward that way. So you can take better care of yourself by opening up to new opportunities, opening your heart and your mind to new experiences, new people, networking, researching, familiarizing yourself with the field that you want to work in. Also doing what you need to do to balance, because it's not always and that's, I'm not really getting that from the Fool. It's just so much that, yes, to become your higher self, you're being asked to take more action, but you also have to balance that between your health, your mental health as well, you know, between your mental health and then you achieving your goal. So be open to networking, be open to researching and new experiences and ideas, but also make sure that you're putting your self-care, prioritizing that as well. I do think that a lot of you are trying to become your own boss. That is what your higher self is leading you towards, and that is a great thing, because it does seem like you have this leadership quality in this kind of role here, but you have to have the confidence. So you have to move forward with confidence and know that you're on this journey, whether you're just getting on it or you have been on it for a while, not feeling discouraged, always having this kind of innocent, not naive, because your experiences and what you've learned so far is going to come in handy, and it makes you wiser. But always still keep your heart and your mind open and not be discouraged. That's how you're going to move forward. Yeah, stand by your vision, okay? That is something that you must always do. Make sure that you're standing by your vision, because people, and maybe you don't want to share it with too many people because not many people will agree with you. It can be discouraging if you confide in somebody who you thought you can trust and who would support you on what your goal is, your ultimate goal, your desire, and then they come and tell you, things like, where are you gonna get that money, or you can't do that, or you know what I mean? And so I would recommend keeping things to yourself until you have a solid plan or goal on how to make this happen, or if it's already happening, then that's fine. And if you're already seeing results, then maybe you want to share and celebrate with some people, but just always be cautious of who it is that you are telling things to. But always make sure that you are just, again, standing by your vision, okay? And staying focused on it, because that's how you're going to become your highest self. You are somebody who probably has big dreams, or somebody who is maybe smarter than everybody else around you, and sometimes that's probably gotten you in trouble, but you understand that you're just a leader. You think outside of the box, you're innovative, and that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. That is, you're going to be a trailblazer, or if you're not already, kind of thing. And so try to just remain grounded in your own energy and stable in your own energy is what I would recommend for you at this time. And just know that you are a powerful being, and all you have to do is really just listen to your intuition for messages that can guide you when it's time to take some serious action, okay? So don't just remember, stay focused, right? So you have to direct your energy to your goal, and try not to just take up every single opportunity that maybe is presented to you, because some people may just be distractions, or some things may actually end up distracting you. But make sure that you're listening to your intuition at all times, because it's always going to guide you properly. You have to just ask for some clear guidance by your spirit guides, by your higher self, that kind of thing. And yeah, I do think that you're on the right path. What is this? Something that you need to let go of that is no longer serving you. So I would say that this is probably represented by maybe a boss that or somebody, some kind of leader that you have been taking orders from, but you're just not you're not really resonating with their energy. Maybe some of you feel like you can do their job better than them. Not to say that you are a better person than them, you know, but sometimes you're, you know, you could be a little more skilled, you know, than somebody who is, has a higher position than you at a, you know, in the workplace. And so maybe you're just tired of giving other people the power, you know. You know, people who maybe abuses their own power and are not treating their employees right, or you know what I mean, like somebody who's just not an outside source. And I'm not saying don't listen to any kind of mentors or anything, because mentors are good, you know, especially, you know, you can learn a lot and become a lot more wiser too if you have the proper mentors. But you know, if somebody has a higher position than you and they're more immature, then maybe, you know, that's not really somebody that you want to take orders from, you know, or they're just showing you that you are capable of being in their position or in a higher position in general, maybe elsewhere, you know, maybe in your own business. But stop giving your power, or stop allowing other people to have this kind of power over you when you are in fact a leader, you know. So again, try to connect with your inner authority. Try to just become more connected to your ambitions and what is driving you forward, like what is your goal and what can drive you forward, and trying to gain power in that way. You know, build on your confidence and just understand that if this is where you want to go in life, then you have to, not this is, I'll get to this, but like if your desire is where you want to put your focus and energy on, and you know it's kind of meant for you, just act like it's meant for you, you know, act like the universe is already making it happen, like it's only a matter of time before it's yours, you know. And so you can really become your best self by tapping into this kind of, you know, active masculine energy. You know, you have a lot of masculine cards here, and so maybe you need to be more action oriented, you know, and not so emotional. You know, maybe that is how you're going to be able to become your best self, because you're not dwelling so much in the past, you're not dwelling so much in your emotions. Sorry for the background noise. But instead you're taking more action, okay? And so this would be a great time to try saying some kind of affirmations for self-empowerment, you know, or, you know, I am in control of my life, or I am capable of being a good boss or a good leader, or I am, you know, whatever, I am open to new opportunities that will bring the leader out of me, you know, that will help me shine, you know. And really like allow yourself and give yourself permission to take up more space, you know. You have to, in order to be a leader and to feel like an authority, you know, within your life, you have to feel it within yourself, you know. And stop, and you know, don't let other people tell you who you are, okay? So like, you know, if you have a boss and somebody, and you're like in the lower tiers in the hierarchy, that doesn't equate your value, you know, and who you are as a person. Okay, so you have to stop letting other people tell you who you are, because that's not, their opinions don't, ultimately they don't really matter. The only thing that really matters is how you feel about yourself. Okay, so this last card, this was how can you be more authentically yourself by not giving into this kind of self-defeatist energy. That is, for one, you know, understanding that a cycle in your life has ended for a reason, and it's to make room for a new kind of abundance in your life. Okay, so you got to accept the fact that, you know, there was this kind of ending, and you have to welcome a new beginning. Okay, and honor the lessons that you have learned from your past experiences, because that is going to get you further along on your journey, and it's going to and it's also going to help clear the way for, you know, even better opportunities in relationships, in your career, you know, in your personal life, just in general. It's going to create more opportunities if you just let go of the past. This is not you. You know, maybe it was you at some point, but it's not you now. So move on. You gotta move on in order to make room for all of this forward movement, this leadership qualities that you have within yourself. Okay, so try to focus less on this, and focus more on overcoming any kind of stress or anxiety that you may be going through. You can do this by again, saying some kind of empowering affirmations, or, you know, journaling, or even, you know, counseling, or, you know, getting therapy of some sort if that's what you need. Don't be afraid to do that. You know, getting some kind of outsider's perspective from somebody who doesn't really know you, because then they're less likely to be envious of you or jealous of you. That can really help, you know. They can help you see your life in a more objective way. So I would recommend definitely trying to clear your energy, you know, focus on healing as opposed to this ending, and moving forward. You know, you can do Reiki on yourself if you need to, if that'll help clear any blockages in your body. Yeah, try to balance your chakras if you need to do that as well, because any kind of blockages in your chakras is also going to cause some misalignment and delays. This is the Sacred Self Oracle. We're just going to pull some cards to help you on your journey for becoming your best self. It says, find a sacred place in your home or anywhere you feel drawn to. Dedicate this space to finding comfort, safety, and prayer. Make this spot your altar and safe haven when times get tough, or simply as a daily connection. So whenever I feel a little lost, or like I don't have any kind of real direction in my life, I definitely tend to my altars. I have several altars in my house right now, and I like to feed them when I'm feeling lost. I also definitely try to clean my house just to create some more energy flow, and that has been very, very helpful as well. So the next card we have is move your body through physical exercise. Your energy can become stagnant and energetically slow when you are inactive. Walk, run, dance, bike, or engage in any other form of movement. So again, if you are having a hard time channeling this kind of masculine energy in your life, you can channel it by moving your body, okay, and becoming more active that way. So dancing is always a great thing. I like to bike with my dog sometimes. I'm always, dog walking. If you don't have an animal, just like going out for a breath of fresh air is always going to help. And just trying to become more active, because you can become more active mentally, and I think that is what's going to lead you to your higher self. But if that's a hard thing to do at first, then definitely try to move your body, okay? So let's see. Let's get 2 more. It says, there may be a battle between your ego and your higher self in regards to a certain decision you must make. Your higher self will always point you into the direction that is best for you. Take some time to tune inwards for the answer. Okay, so if your ego is telling you something like, you're never gonna do better on your own, like in your own business, because it's gonna make you feel unstable, and the job that you have is paying you good money, so stay there. I don't know why that came up, but it did. So try not to listen to that voice in your head, and make sure that if you're feeling called to walk a different path than the one that you have been walking, listen to your higher self for some guidance on that, and trust that your best interest is always going to be at heart. If you don't feel happy somewhere, or if your ego is making you feel insecure or prideful in some way, then you have to recognize that in order to let it go. Okay, so it's fine that it comes up, because we're all human, we all have egos, and it's just a part of humanity. But it comes up also to provide some kind of polarity. So it shows you what you don't want to create, or where you're vibrating your energy, and then you can try to work your way, because sometimes it's harder to fix your vibration from something that is completely like self-defeating and self-sabotaging to the complete opposite. So you can say something like, yeah, today it didn't work out so well, like at work, but tomorrow I'm just gonna sleep on it, and tomorrow it's just gonna be a new day, and I'm gonna look at the situation with fresh eyes, and maybe I missed something yesterday or today that I will be more aware of and conscious of tomorrow. Something like that, And your higher self is just always going to provide some kind of answers for you. We just need 1 card. Let's see what we have here. We have self-love is truly the key to harmonious relationships and manifestation. Spend some quality time with yourself right now, and work on truly loving and valuing all parts. Put you first. Okay, so again, always try to choose self-love, and in order to be your best self, you're definitely going to have to prioritize yourself. Okay, so I would say if you need it, when you need to becoming your best self is not always an easy journey. Okay? And so giving yourself self-love, becoming more active in your body, and setting an altar are all great active ways to lead you on the path to becoming your best self. Okay? And so try not to dwell so much on the past. Try not to be so entirely emotional. And try to move forward each day with a new perspective, okay? Try not to dwell in self-sabotaging thoughts, and always make sure that you're always going to remain open to new opportunities and new people and researching, and not have so much of a self-defeatist attitude, okay? Try not to give so much power to other people, because that doesn't help either, especially if their ways of thinking doesn't resonate with you. That's just not gonna work out, okay? And believe in yourself. Be confident in yourself. Lastly, we're gonna pull some cards from this crystal chakra deck just to get some affirmations for you. So let's pull some cards. We have jade, so maybe this can be a significant crystal for you to get. It says purity and it says security. And so on the sides it says, I deserve pure and infinite love. I experience serenity when I learn to accept your past. Understand that you deserve pure and infinite love. Maybe you need to open up your heart chakra more in order to become your best self. Blue argonite, calmness and relaxation are the key words. And the mantras are, I remain calm in times of stress. And I take time for self-care and relaxation. So that's your third eye chakra. So that's also probably something that you can, I'll put it here, can work on. Okay, so work on remaining calm and not getting frustrated so much if things don't turn out your way, and understand that as long as you're still making positive forward movement, things will turn out on top, okay? Ultimately. And the last card we have is the Sunstone, and it says luck and radiance. And the mantras are, I believe that luck is on my side, and I project an everlasting radiance. So maybe these three chakras, the sacral, third eye, and the heart chakra, are ones that you should tap into or give a little extra love to during this time, in order to become your best self. Okay? Remember that luck is on your side. You do have this radiance about you, this light that is very admirable, and people do notice it, and they notice your leadership qualities. It's just a matter of, getting back your power, or just reveling in your light and recognizing it, and wanting to share it with the world, as a leader. So that's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please remember to like, subscribe, or comment down below. It would be greatly appreciated, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. So until then, pile 1. Hi pile 2, if you chose this Sun and Moon Tarot, this reading is for you. Today we're going to be looking into how to become your best self. We are going to follow a tarot spread by Emerald Lotus Divination, and we're just gonna try to figure out what steps you can take, or maybe something that you're missing, or just like how you can shift your energy at this time, okay, in order to become your best self. So let's get into the reading. The first card is going to represent the best version of yourself. So what card will represent the best version of pile 1? We have the Hermit. We are gonna put you a little closer because this deck is smaller. The second card is going to represent how you can shift to embody this energy. So how can you, pile 2, shift in order to embody this energy? We're gonna aim for 1 card, okay? How can pile 2 shift in order to embody this Hermit energy? We have 3 of Cups. Okay. Little bit of irony in that one, it seems at first, right? Number 3 is going to be how you can take better care of yourself. So how can you, pile 2, take care of yourself? Take better care of yourself, pile 3. We have the Ace of Swords. The 4th card is going to represent something to let go of that no longer serves you. Pile 2, what do you need to let go of that no longer serves you? We have Art or Temperance. And the last card is going to represent how you can be more authentically yourself. How can pile 2 be more authentically yourself? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, pile 2. So I think that the best version of yourself is somebody who is extremely wise and doesn't really mind being alone. I think that you find a lot of wisdom and power when it comes to solitude, okay? Maybe you could have been a person who spent a lot of time with other people, and this could be, you know, all of the time you're always like networking or just having a great time and really socializing. But I think the best version of yourself is going to be found when you are alone in solitude. And maybe you can also be like some kind of spiritual teacher. Maybe that's who you're meant to be at some point, you know? And it's something that maybe seems to come on later in life for a lot of people, but if especially if you are somebody who is usually like out and about with other people, it can be more challenging for you, if that's the kind of person you are, to be comfortable being alone. But there is a difference between being alone and being lonely, and I think that that is something that you are learning Sorry for the background noise if you hear anything. Yeah, I believe that you will understand that your power, your true power, comes from within. Okay, so becoming more in tune and more familiar with your inner being, that is where you're gonna I need water, hold on. That is where you're gonna find that you have the most power, pile 1. And so I think in order to become your best self, you have to do a lot of soul searching and finding your own inner truth. You have to allow yourself to be alone for, give yourself as much time as you need in order to spend time with yourself, in order to be able to look within, And so this can mean through some kind of meditation practice, or just taking long walks, or just like anything that you can do that can really help you tap into your divine self, your divine inner wisdom that you have within yourself, okay? And that is where you're going to find your true power, and that is really your best self. You need to find this inner truth. A lot of people really do fear being alone, and maybe you were one of these people, and maybe this is why you are being called to tap into this version of yourself. You really have to do some kind of exploring and really see what empowers you, to connect deeply with this inner truth within you, and so tapping into this kind of energy is probably going to take some time. It's going to require some kind of daily practice, or at least a few minutes a day, or like an hour a day of just like being in true solitude will help you become this kind of better version of yourself. And while you're doing that, you can, while you're spending this alone time, try to come up with more creative ways of tapping into your inner wisdom. Or maybe you can spend this time doing some kind of art project, or any kind of project that reflects who you are and who you want to become, in the future. So you can shift into this kind of hermit mode by blocking out, any kind of opinions from other people, really. And I'm not saying that, other people's opinions don't really matter, but ultimately it's your own that truly matters. And, if their opinions don't really resonate with your inner truth, then you just have to kind of block that out, And, maybe do some more, work more on projects alone rather than with other people is probably how you're going to tap into your best self. Not all the time, not for the rest of your life, but I think your best work, your masterpieces, are truly going to come when you are alone, because that's when you're going to be able to really listen and hear what your inner guidance system is telling you. Okay, and that's extremely important, because maybe when you're around all these other people, you can't really, yes, you're bouncing off great ideas from each other, and other people inspire you and, make you see things that you probably weren't able to see until you hung out with them or communicated with them. Sure, that's, all great. But I think ultimately when it comes to being I'm sorry for the noise again. I do live in front of some freight trains, so it just happens all the time. So coming back to the message again, your greatest works of art or your greatest accomplishments are gonna be after you spend some time in solitude, because that's gonna allow you to really tap into who you truly are at the core. Okay? And it's going to help you reveal your truth to and then ultimately you can share with other people this inner wisdom. Okay? I think that when you do start spending more time alone, or like in solitude, or just, it doesn't even have to be, you know, days upon days, just setting a specific time, or you know, blocking out a specific time of the day for yourself is really going to help a lot. Okay? And so this is going to allow you to be more open to receiving clarity and new ideas, you know, and these are just going to be like gifts from the divine. And so this came out as, yeah, taking better care of yourself. So when you spend this alone time, you're going to help deepen your spiritual practice. You know, it's going to help you develop your psychic and intuitive gifts, and you're going to be more inspired. You know, I feel like this is where you're going to gain a lot of inspiration that is aligned with your true self. Okay? And you're going to be guided towards your next steps, because you're going to be able to hear better, hear your spiritual team better, hear your higher self better. And it's going to open this kind of like portal that's going to guide you to be more, eventually you're going to put yourself out there too, right? So you're doing all this internal work and having this alone time in order to express yourself outwardly more. Okay? So it's going to allow you eventually to, it's about balance, really. So like this Temperance card is about balance. So you're going to have this solitude in order to be more bold and take action with more clarity. You know, you're gonna gain better communication between you and yourself, your higher self, and then that's gonna allow you to be clear when you communicate your messages to other people. Okay? And yeah, it's all gonna be improved once you allow yourself to balance these two energies out. Okay? I think that some of you struggle with understanding who you truly are or where you're meant to go, because you just spend a lot of time with other people. Or if it's not that you're super social, like in the physical world, like in like maybe you don't go out, but maybe you spend a lot of time on social media. That could be another thing, you know, or just mindless scrolling, or you know, it could just be like feeding yourself so much information from other people, like scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or whatever, even on YouTube here, you know, instead of actually turning all of that technology off and really just allowing yourself to just sit in silence, you know, through meditation, or you know, you can even have like music and stuff, but it's not really being alone with yourself. You know, you have to just try not to be afraid of quiet time. You know what I mean? Like it's taking us back to like nursery school or kindergarten, you know, when we have quiet time, Yeah, we're all allowed to socialize and whatever, but there is a break time, a quiet time where we're all able to rest our minds and our heads. We have to get back to that. Okay, pile two, we have to really remember that yes, there's a time for play, yes, there's a time to learn, but there's also a time for silence and rest, okay, to reset your energy. And it's very important. It's all about balancing this energy out. So when it comes to, because Temperance is a card of balance, right? So, and healing. So when it comes out in a placement like something, it's something that you need to let go of that's no longer serving you. It's, you not allowing yourself to relax, or not allowing things to unfold in divine timing. You have to really use your intuitive guidance in order to move forward on your path. Okay, so this is really surrendering to the universe, surrendering to your inner being, allowing yourself to just listen, become a better listener, becoming more flexible, and taking a more moderate approach, and trusting that the results that you want is going to take time, but they're gonna come, okay? You have to be a little bit more patient, maybe not put so much outward motion. The momentum will be created when you're doing your inner work, not so much of this outward energy, okay? So maybe you feel like in order for you to get further in life, you have to, network with all these people, or just put your energy out there, and that's not helping you align. It's actually creating a little bit more resistance, because you're just putting some counter energy, feeling that you have to force yourself to make this kind of effort and to put so much energy outward is just creating more resistance towards what it is that you want. So doing the inner work is really just going to get you further, okay? And it's going to help you create a more stable and balanced energy within. So it's just not about forcing a situation to happen. It's not forcing yourself to be to align with your best life. That is not the way to become your best self. Aligning your energy within, and creating balance in that way, and listening to yourself, and creating harmony within yourself, and allowing divine timing, and surrendering again, and looking for signs that the universe, and looking and listening for signs that the universe is sending you. That is all what's gonna help you become your best self in order to align with your best life. You get it? So it's all about doing the inner work in order for it to be reflected outward and mirrored outwardly. Okay? So ultimately, I just want to say that you just have to. So ultimately, I would say that you have to be open to new and exciting ideas. And I think that you are, but it's a matter of allowing yourself to see the signs and hear the signs from the universe, okay? Because I feel like all these doors are opening for you, but you're not very clear or it's not very clear to you on what action you should take, or what's the smartest move to take, or where you should direct your energy, towards which project. And it's no, you have to allow yourself to really be clear-minded, okay? And the only way that you're going to be able to do this is just to sit and listen and be still, okay? So just stay open to divine inspiration, and this is what's going to bring you confidence and help make your life more exciting, okay? But you have to just become a little bit of a hermit, you know, and make sure that you're balancing out your work, play, and self-care. So we are going to pull some cards from the self-care oracle just to get an idea of what you can do in order to become your best self. So what do you need to do in order to become your best self? Dare to venture outside your comfort zone. This is a time of expansion, new opportunities, and doing all the things you've held back on. There is no more time to waste. Get out there and explore. So, pertaining to this, maybe your comfort zone is with other people, you know, or is on social media, being on social media. Getting out of your comfort zone, I would say, is becoming more best friends with yourself, you know, and really getting to know yourself. And if you are somebody who is alone all the time, it's just getting to know yourself on a level that is going to help you express yourself outwardly, but really listening and becoming best friends with your higher self or your spirit guides, that kind of thing. We have cut the ties with those toxic people and situations that drain you of your own energy. Say no, disconnect, and take some time for self-reflection and contemplation. Walking away is the only option. Yeah. So if these people that you've been hanging out with are not good influences or just distractions in general, yes, cutting out toxic people or things or whatever is always ideal, and it's always it's always healthiest, so it's always best to do that kind of thing. But if they're just people who are distractions in a light way, you know, they don't mean any harm to you, it's just okay to, you know, maybe not hang out with them as much to allow yourself to have this kind of balance. Yeah, you guys, if they're real friends, you know, whenever you come back together, it'll feel like no time has really passed, you know, and they'll understand that you need this kind of alone time too. Okay, can we get one more? I don't know how many I pulled for the last pile. Let's see. Let go of whatever it is that you have been holding on to so tightly out of fear of losing it. Know that whatever is yours will have a way of being in your life without needing to force it. Let go once and for all and feel the weight lifted off your shoulders. Yeah, so if you've been trying to hold on to the fact or idea that, the idea, because not fact, that you need to put yourself out there so much and keep on networking and you know, in order to get to where you need to go, that needs to be let go. And you need to really surrender and trust that when you give yourself the time to really hear messages from the universe, you know, and to be in silence and to be still, that's where the most progress is going to happen, and that's how you're gonna accelerate further and faster. Yeah, one more. Know that the worst is over for you now. You may have recently endured a heavy karmic lesson, but you have mastered it and come out a much stronger person. You are in a process of recovery and will soon be ready to look forward. Okay, so that's a great message to have. I think that when you sit with yourself, you're going to really realize how much you have learned in life and how much you've been through and how much you have overcome and how much stronger you are as well, you know, and how wise you are now and how much you can actually teach others, you know, and that's all very, very important lessons, the last thing we're going to do is just pull some cards from this crystal chakra deck, just to get some affirmations and crystals that may help you along in your journey. For pile 2, we have garnet, and maybe align with your root chakra, you know, or give more attention to your root chakra. So it says, I have the courage to evolve. And it also says, I hope for the best in every situation. So those are maybe some mantras that you can say to yourself. You have the courage to evolve, and you hope for the best in every situation. Can we get another one? We have amethyst and the crown chakra. So giving attention to your crown chakra. The mantras say, I learned to trust my intuition. And the other one says, I realize, oh, I didn't say the keywords. The second mantra says, I realize that crystals can enhance my everyday life. So these keywords are intuition and enhancement. So maybe getting yourself some crystals, some amethyst or garnet will help enhance your everyday life. Garnet's keywords are courage and hope. And the last crystal we're going to get is green aventurine. So the keywords are prosperity and transmutation. The chakra is your heart chakra. And the mantras are, I attract prosperity into my life by believing I deserve it. And I transmute lower vibrational energies into higher ones. Okay? So bringing more attention to your root chakra, crown chakra, and heart chakra would probably be ideal at this time. And maybe these crystals also will help you out. And any of those mantras, saying any of those, again, would probably be helpful for you in becoming on this path to becoming your best self. Okay, pile 2. So that is what I have for you. I hope that this reading resonated and that you got some kind of clarity or guidance. And I look forward to doing a reading for you all again soon. Again, if this reading did resonate, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment down below and let me know how, because I would love to hear it. Okay, so until then, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Afro Avatar Tarot, then this reading is for you. So today we're going to be looking into how to become your best self. We are going to follow a tarot spread by Emerald Lotus Divination. I will put the information down below, and then we are going to just pull some oracle cards. Okay, so let's get into the reading. The first card is going to represent the best version of you, pile 3. So what is the best version? What card represents you, the best version of you, pile 3? We have the Hierophant, a lot of spiritual leaders in these piles. How can you shift? Let's not do all that. Let me finish what I'm saying. Pile 2, how can you shift to embody this energy of the Hierophant? How can you shift to embody this Hierophant energy? So this one actually flipped. So we have the Emperor. Let's see, how can pile 3 take better care of themselves? How can pile 3 take better care of themselves? The Queen of Cups came out in reverse. And since this deck is all upright, mostly, we are going to keep it. something to let go of that no longer serves pile 3? What is something to let go of that no longer serves pile 3? Six of Swords. Okay. And how can pile 3 be more authentically themselves? How can pile 3 be more authentically themselves? Knight of Wands. Okay, pile 3. So, since the Hierophant came out for representing your best version of yourself, I am going to say that you are probably on a path to, you know, being a teacher, some kind of mentor. It could even be some kind of trainer. Maybe that's the kind of career that you're getting yourself into. I will say that you do embody definite leadership qualities. You are coming in as the emperor for how you can embody this kind of energy. So you are an emperor. You are somebody who is a leader and seen as an authoritative figure. You're somebody who people respect, you know, and who has a lot of let's say, I want to say masculine energy, but just like personal power, you know? Maybe you're somebody who is really good at taking inspired action, or just somebody who has a lot of drive and ambition, okay? And if this is not your energy now, then I will say that this is how you can shift your energy, okay? Because that's the position that I came in. So if you're not somebody who has been taking a lot of action, especially towards your goals or towards, you know, what it is that you're passionate about, then that is what I would do if I were you. I would try to connect to that, you know, inner authority within you. Try to find some kind of drive or ambition, and see how your power, the power within, how you can lead those that that are seeking the kind of help that you can offer, you know, or seeking the kind of service that you can offer. You know, see how your power kind of serves the greater good and not just yourself. That is how you can become your best self, because, you know, it's good to be selfish in some ways, but, you know, when it comes to like creating boundaries, healthy boundaries and stuff, yeah, that's great. But I think that your best self is truly reflected when you are leading other people, okay? When you're guiding other people, and when you're in your leadership authoritative energy, okay? I think that you are going to tap into this higher self, this best version of you, when you understand that you're always going to be a student, even if you're going to be a leader, and even if you're a mentor or a trainer or any of those sorts, you're always going to continue learning. It's just how life is for you, you know. Learning, the path of learning is never fully complete, okay? We're always constantly going to have to be able to be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. And I think that that is how you are going to tap into this higher self, this better version of you, because you're going to constantly be able to work on yourself or trying to better yourself, you know, constantly try to study, trying to find better new techniques or you know, ways of doing things more efficiently, or you know, that kind of thing. Talking to people who maybe have also been on the similar path but have done things in a different way, and so then you can fine tune your way, or you know, take some of what they have learned on their path and then add it to what you've learned, and then create your own hybrid kind of thing. Okay, I think that you are in a position, or you're setting yourself up to be in a position where you have to share the wisdom that you've learned. You know, you have spent a lot of time trying to hone in on your gifts and really truly master them. And it's only right that you're able to share them with other people, okay? So this may be a time where you're being called to deepen your spirituality. You know, you can be studying different kinds of healing modalities as well, even if that's not what you're offering to other people. You're just trying to heal within and trying to clear your head and your mind and your body with these kinds of kind of spiritual teachings or techniques. It could range really from like Reiki to different types of medicines, to acupuncture, to you know, any of these kinds of things. Physical therapy, it could be personal training, you know, going to the gym, these kinds of things. And you know, getting more in touch with your body and your mind and your spirit. And you know, learning these kinds of healing arts, and then maybe eventually you can become the person who's offering this kind of spiritual guidance or this kind of spiritual practice. You know, you're learning to be a teacher, but you're always constantly going to be learning on your path. Okay, maybe you're better off in a more traditional kind of career or a path that even if your career is not so traditional, I think that you may thrive by taking a more traditional path to that career. So if that means like doing something like going to acupuncture school in order to, you know, get your degree, or taking up some kind of apprenticeship under somebody who is a mentor, but then, you know, that'll lead to you know, gaining your own practice underneath that person, and then you can go off on your own. Something that's a little more structured, I think, is how you are going to be able to tap into your best self. Okay, and how you can take better care of yourself, with that being the Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm gonna say that is by, you know, cutting out anybody who's not really trustworthy in your life, or somebody who you don't really have healthy connection with, more than one person if that's the case. You know, cutting out anybody who you're intuitively feeling like you can't really trust, somebody who's envious of you, jealous of you. Cutting these people out is definitely going to help you on this path to becoming your best self, because you don't need that kind of energy in your life. You don't need those kind of people, toxic people in your life. So anybody you're like feeling suspicious about, they need to go, you know. And protecting yourself, that is how you're going to be able to become this better version as well. You know, asking for protection, asking your spirit guides to guide you away from people who you cannot trust, that kind of thing, or situations that are not for you. You know, just becoming a little bit more emotionally intelligent if you're not already, or just gaining some kind of deeper connection with your higher self is always going to help you. That's always going to be some kind of advice that I'm going to give, you know, just like getting more in tune with your spiritual being, your spiritual guidance, and your spirit guides as well is always going to be helpful on this path to self-discovery, and also to becoming the best version of you, you know, fulfilling your greatest potential kind of thing. And so giving yourself more love, being more nurturing, you know, with yourself and others as well, you know, because what you give out into the world, it will be mirrored and reflected as well. And spending time with people who you can trust and who do inspire you, okay? And embracing anything that can make you more creative, you know, channeling that kind of energy, your inner child energy, you know, maybe even spending more time balancing this energy out by, yes, being more active and studying and, you know, doing all this kind of active work, but also, you know, maybe spending more time at home and you know, redecorating at home, painting, being more creative, putting, and, you know, just putting kind of love in every area of your life. So your home life, your friends and family, and everybody else, into your practice, that kind of thing. When you put that kind of love and attention to those kinds of activities and areas in your life, then that's also going to be reflected as well, and you're going to be viewed as somebody who is full of love and nurturing as well. Okay, and so letting go of things that, or moving away from things that are no longer serving you, things that the past, letting go of the past and moving away and moving forward on this journey, that is going to help you as well when you don't dwell on the past so much, and you know that you have learned a lot from those situations, but you are just like up leveling, so you just don't need those things in your life. And understanding that and accepting that as well is going to help you on this path to becoming the best version of yourself. Not being afraid to be vulnerable will also help you, you know, like not being afraid of your feelings, and you know, and connecting more deeply with yourself. That's also going to help you on this journey. And so lastly, we have the Knight of Wands came out for how can you be more authentically yourself. So getting more active is on your, like, when it comes to like your ideas, your creative ideas that maybe you've tapped into while you know, you are connecting with others, or just like being in your home space, or learning, you know, in school, or, you know, just researching, that kind of thing. All of that is beneficial, and that's going to help you move forward. It's going to ignite some kind of spark, you know, within you, and create some kind of passion within you. And this is going to help you move forward and along on the path towards your goals, okay? So you have to take this time to pay more attention to any intuitive urges that you have and really act on them, okay? Being active is more of a masculine energy, okay? And it's going to lead to like this leadership. The Queen of Cups being in the reverse, it could probably tell you that this is the time to be less passive, okay, and more active during this time. And so at least when it comes to your, you know, instincts and your any ideas that may come to mind, any new projects, you know, creative projects that are inspiring to you, you know, this is really a time where you should be getting feeling a little bit more motivated, or, really feeling enthusiastic about these new projects. I think that when you're moving forward on your path and looking ahead at your future and at the present moment, and the present moment being like how far you've come from your past, that is also leading you towards your best self, right? It's your best self is not in the past, so dwelling on that is just not going to get you there. And so moving forward and taking action towards your goals and anything that you want to accomplish, and being enthusiastic about that, and feeling confident in yourself, and understanding that you do have what it takes to lead others and to guide others, and knowing that you are meant for this kind of calling. That is really how you're going to become the best version of yourself. Okay, it's a lot of forward movement, a lot of taking action, and less energy being spent in this kind of passive way of being. Okay, it's not saying that you can't be loving and nurturing, but it's just like, or like not feeling your emotions, because your emotions are important, especially when it comes to being your highest self. Your emotions will get you there, especially your positive ones. When you're enthusiastic and you're feeling love and you're feeling excited about your future, that's all going to create the kind of momentum that's going to bring it faster, right? So that is positive action. That's positive feminine energy that you can put into yourself towards this higher being, this higher self. Okay, so we're gonna pull some oracle cards to try to get an idea of what kind of self-care practice you can take on during this time. And so we're gonna pull some cards from the Sacred Self Oracle. Let's pull some cards from the Sacred Self Oracle. Let's pull some cards for pile 3. For how to become your best self. We have your heart is yearning to step into a state of forgiveness, both for yourself or of another. You are holding on to pain, bitterness, or trauma that can stagnate your heart chakra. Breathe and let it all go. Okay, so let go of any anger or resentment you have towards other people, any kind of bitterness or trauma. Open up your heart chakra and try to replace all of that energy with forgiveness, because forgiving others and ourselves is really going to lead us to our best selves. We have find a gentle touch and ease in all that you do at the moment. Allowing things to flow naturally will get you closer to your desires than trying to force something. Less resistance equals greater output. Okay. So taking action, but gentle action. Allowing things to flow and trying not to force things to happen. Surrendering to divine timing those are all things that are going to lead you to your best self. And we have, remember that you have the free will to create and be anything that you wish to be. You can either use this for your benefit or for your detriment. The world is your oyster. The possibilities are limitless. Spread your wings and fly. Okay? So remember that you can create anything in your life that you want. That's reasonable, of course, you know. Reasonable being like, you know, don't try to aim to be an NBA player or an astronaut when maybe an astronaut is more likely, but then NBA player, if you're like 5'1", or you know what I mean, like that's just, and you're already like in your 30s or something, that's not really likely. You have to be, you know, realistic. But you know, when it comes to like creating a business or traveling the world or, you know, building an empire, that kind of thing, that's more likely. Like that's more reasonable. And we have find luxury in both the small and larger things in your life. Allow yourself to feel proud of your accomplishments and successes and look back at how far you've come. Okay? So yeah, if you are going to spend time looking at the past, just make sure that it's focused on the lessons that you've learned and how far you've come, you know, and how you are a survivor and somebody who has gained a lot of strength because of everything that you have been to. Okay? And make sure that you celebrate even the small accomplishments, okay, and the small wins. They're worth celebrating as well, okay? And be proud of yourself and try not to be so hard on yourself if that is something that is something that you're used to doing, you know, being hard on yourself. You've come a long way. It's definitely worth celebrating, okay? Especially on the path to your highest self. We're going to pull some cards last from the Crystal Chakra deck, and these are just to get some crystals that may help you on your journey, and some mantras as well, and some chakras that you may need to spend a little more time healing. We have the crown chakra. Purple fluorite is the crystal. Your keywords are dreams and visions, and it says, I pay close attention to my dreams, and I never lose sight of my creative visions. Okay? We have all three. We have solar plexus chakra. The keywords are leadership and self-worth. The mantras are, I take the lead of my own life, and I know my self-worth. Okay? So being confident in yourself, knowing that you are a leader, paying attention to any dreams that you have or any messages that the divine is sending you, never losing sight of your creative visions and remaining focused. And the last chakra we have is the throat chakra with the blue apatite crystal. Your keywords are intellect and achievement. And your mantras are, I choose to lead intellectual discussions, and I achieve whatever I set my mind to, okay? So any of these mantras, any of these chakras are worth giving attention to and saying out loud. Any of these crystals may help you on your journey as well, okay? And just know that you are the one who creates your life, and you know, in order to become your best version, the best version of yourself, or in order to create the best life you could live, you have to become the best version of yourself, right? And just remember that you can set anything that you set your mind to. You are extremely creative. You are a leader, and you, by understanding that you are worthy of the life that you want, that will also lead you to becoming the best version of yourself, okay? Remaining confident in yourself. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that you got some insight or any kind of guidance that you needed at this time. And I hope that it was helpful to you on your journey. So if this reading did resonate, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. And subscribe to the channel if you want more readings like this. And I look forward to doing readings similar to this very soon for you all. Okay, so until then, pile 3.